Hi guys, it's Miss Jarrell here, and I am going to be doing my first computer side chat, and this is for Quest 7, which is what we're going to focus on this week. This quest is about science and technology in the Middle Ages. Even though it was called the Dark Ages, there were still many advancements in technology that dealt with warfare and castle construction. These advancements also helped massive cathedrals become bigger. Medicine practices were beginning to advance as well. New types of weapons are being introduced, many that we still see today. These weapons were used to attack castles. The science and technology that will be introduced in this presentation will help you understand Quest 7 when you go through and start to answer the questions. There were many new inventions that were created during the Middle Ages. Some of these inventions we still see today in today's world. An example of one is the horse harness, which you can see the picture on the left shows that. The Romans created the first horse harness, but it went around the horse's neck. Later, the horse collar was created, which lay on the shoulders and across the breast of the horse. This allowed the horse to have much more power, which led to horses being used to haul supplies and goods. If you take a look at that picture, you can see the horse has the harness on, and it's pulling something at the back. Another invention is the artisan well. The artisan well was created by monks and allowed water to be released from the ground. The water was very deep in the earth and would come out under pressure. Today, an artisan well refers to deep wells that produce water without needing to pump. And that's an example of an artisan well today, which some people still get their water from wells. A few weeks ago, we chose castles for our medieval characters. Although we saw the castle from the outside, we never analyzed the many parts of it. Medieval castles have many parts that help keep it together. Some of the parts include a curtain wall, which is a castle wall that encloses a courtyard. A gatehouse is the complex of towers, bridges, and barriers built to protect each entrance through a castle or a town wall. A turret is a small tower rising above and resting on one of the main towers, usually used as a lookout point. So a knight would probably stand at the top of that turret and make sure other people weren't coming to invade the castle. Question 2 on the quest takes you to a link that explains the many parts of the castle. You would be surprised at how many parts there actually are. And if you click on any of those parts, it'll take you to a link that explains that specific part into further detail. Cathedrals are gorgeous churches with stunning Gothic architecture, and we talked about those a lot into detail last week. The advancements in construction and technology help these beautiful buildings come to life. Cathedrals could now be larger and more elaborate to hold the hundreds of people that were coming to Mass. Remember how important church and religion was to these people's lives. So there were hundreds and hundreds of people going to church every week so they could go to heaven. This time period also saw advancements in medicine. The Catholic Church played a large role in the development and management of medicine. One of the major medical beliefs were the four humors. If the four humors were aligned and balanced, then the person was believed to be healthy. The four were black bile, yellow bile, phlegm, and blood. The Catholic Church said that if you were sick, it was because you had sinned and were being punished. Doctors were starting to give surgeries to people and giving them pain potions while going under the knife. If you take a look at this picture, this shows the wound man, which was an image that doctors would see that showed possible injuries they may have to deal with. If you click on the medicine part in the quest, it goes into further detail on so many different aspects. How the church looked at medicine, how women looked at medicine, and different ways they would try to cure diseases. Because remember, they didn't have any technology like we do today. But they were starting to get hospitals and develop different practices that would make people healthier and, relieve them of pain, whether that be they in surgery or something else. I think this is so cool, the weapon aspect of the Middle Ages. Different types of weapons were being introduced at this time as well. This was a result of the violent time period and the quest for wealth and power that people had between manners. The quarterstaff was a weapon used that was a long piece of wood that had pieces of iron on the ends. It could easily break bone. And if you take a look at this picture, it shows how long these could be and how they would hold them, usually the knights. Another weapon used was the caltrop, which is a device that had 4 spiked points. So if any 3 points were in the ground, 1 point would still be shooting up. This could be very dangerous if you ever stepped on it. A polearm is a long wooden pole with a razor-sharp blade that was usually at the top of the pole. This was a weapon that could be used on horseback when knights were fighting. If you take a look here, these are just different images of pole arms. There's many, many weapons that, knights and nobles, even peasants may have some, were used to protect themselves. And you can see those if you click on the link in the quest, and it'll take you to a full list of all different kinds of pole arms and different weapons too. Many of these weapons that you read about can help a lot with destroying a castle. Make sure to watch the Zaption about Castle War to find out more about that. And if you take a look at this picture, you can see other weapons that I didn't necessarily explain, like you can see catapults and you can see different things and show that they did have all these weapons to try to knock down castles. There was that need for power and control, so that's where knights would come into play, and they would break down castles and try to invade different lands. I hope this presentation just kind of introduced you to some ideas that you're going to learn further about throughout the quest. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.